Yeah, but then I can't hear it. I mean, you can't feel it. I'm live! And it looks ugly. There we go. Oh, man. It's really dark in here.
Oh.
Ugh. Right, you
and you don't have the other light on.
Oh, I don't have my other light, so I guess it's just going to be dark in here. We can do that. I guess, I mean, it's still super fucking dark, but it'll be fine. I mean, hey, what's up?
Can you open the iris on that thing?
Open the iris? It's a fucking Chromebook. Like, where is everybody? I don't know. I don't know where everybody is because it's...
Nobody thought it was going to ever happen again.
Nobody thought it would ever happen again. Yeah. Nobody ever thought. No, somebody asked that. There's somebody here asking that.
What, that it was never going to happen?
No, where everybody is.
Oh.
So you're being a sarcastic bastard for no reason.
No, I'm not being a sarcastic bastard. Well, I'm being sarcastic that it was never going to happen again. But that's a jest.
Right? Oh! Hey, can you grab my phone? Because that's the only way I can read the questions.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to tilt this a little bit. So
Where's your phone?
It's in my office.
Sure.
Yep. Hello! Usually I have another light that's on, but I don't have it out, and it's out on the porch. And it took me a long time to, like, get set up tonight because somebody was watching videos of, like, Cardi and Ari. And, yeah. So. And sorry for the bounciness.
I'll stop walking.
Yeah. That's well, that and like this is like I can't use a tripod because I have to do it on my Chromebook because there's still that bullshit thing about how if you don't have 1,000 subscribers, you can't use your phone to live stream. So let's work on that. Let's see if we can't get me 1,000 subscribers so I can just use my phone. You know, like fucking somebody just subscribe to this channel, like so I can use my. I don't care if you ever watch the videos. I just want to use my phone. Oh yeah, he's animated tonight. All right, I'm clearing my deck because I have not read in a long time. Actually, my Fiverr is even closed down for right now. Hello! 420 subscribers? That's amazing! You know what else is amazing? I got a fucking bong and no goddamn lighter. I have a bong and no lighter. Won't show me the... Oh, no! Wait, don't do that. Okay, wait. I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to see this fucking thing, and it won't let me see it. I don't want top chat. I want live chat. And then I want to move this part over. So, how did I figure that out last time?
You didn't.
I maybe now didn't. I maybe didn't. I have 420 subscribers.
Jeebus.
Yeah, 420. Get it?
You can't get any more now. Also, you can't lose any.
Let's see. My Rexer channel. See, I'm having a problem being able to see in the being able to see the chat because if I try to move the screen, it thinks I'm trying to like go back, like scroll back. So we'll see how this goes. I would just like just one time for everything to go normal. So, all right. I'm just clearing the deck. Like I said, I haven't read in forever. And it's so hot here. Hello, everybody. A lot of people are saying hi, so hello. Hello. So I can tell you a funny story because I don't know where Mr. Jen went, but I'm going to tell you a funny story. People asked if there was going to be a sequel to my book that just came out, Where We Land. And this was the book that was written that basically was like me getting my Ed Sheeran crush out of my system. It didn't work. And oh, wait, there's Mr. Jen. I can tell the story. So Mr. Jen came home and noticed that there was a scene from the next book, right? Okay. And it like a live stream got a litter of puppies. Oh, congratulations on the puppies, kittens, and nephews. But anyway, he came home from work and he saw on my computer, because I was asleep, he saw that there was a document opened, and I have a real problem with people reading my shit, my drafts. I don't like when people read my drafts. So, like unless they're like an editor or whatever. But he sat down and he read this whole oral sex scene.
It was 2 paragraphs.
It was more than 2 paragraphs, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that was hot," and all this stuff. And then I got the pleasure of telling him, "Hey, you know that scene that made you all horny? The character was inspired by Ed Sheeran, your nemesis."
There was absolutely no description on any of these people.
If you had scrolled up, there would have been.
Well, did you want me to read more of it?
Nope.
I can go back and read more of it right now.
Okay, so. Oh, so you guys have to check Twitter to see if I've gone live. That's stupid. That probably has something. Thank you. That probably has something to do with, I don't know, not having enough subscribers for YouTube to even think I'm important or exist. Okay, so I've got that. I've got my thing. I honestly don't know how to get into this. Like I forgot the whole procedure. I forgot it, guys. I forgot the procedure. I'm awful. Okay, so I'm the worst. So while I get this open on my phone, because I can't stream from my phone, I got to turn this up because I can't even make eye contact with you guys. This is why I hate the... Oh, okay. I don't know why everyone makes fun of Ed Sheeran. He seems like a nice young gentleman. If I hear about anybody making fun of Louis Capaldi, I'll come get you because I'm 100% sure that's my biological child that I just had and forgot about and like left somewhere. And I have a very short attention span, but I'm pretty sure he's my kid. I'll cut you to ribbons. Leave Louis Capaldi alone. Okay, here we go. Okay. Aha! Found them. Okay. Oh, drinking tonight? I am drinking this, oh, son of a shit. Well, I thought it was the raspberry one. This is from Aldi's. Okay? This is from Aldi's. If you like to be drunk, but you're poor, Aldi's has a wonderful solution to this problem. And this is one of them, but I thought this was the raspberry one. It's strawberry, and I don't really care for strawberry. And it looks like it's got floaty chunks in it. Wait, what? Am I supposed to shake this? It has chunks. Should I not drink it? It has chunks, like floaty. Do you guys see that? There's like floaty chunks in it. Oh, maybe it's ice. Oh, it could be ice. Let's see what happens. Let's see if there's... I've never had a bad product from Aldi. So, oh my God, I might not be getting drunk tonight. Life is bad. Ah! Tune in to watch a grown woman lose control of her bladder. I just forcefully and uncontrollably urinate trying to open a bottle. Okay. All right. Oh. Pineapple mimosa. Okay. So the pineapple wine is really good. They've got like a pineapple wine there. What is this? What's happening? What's with the chunks? I guess you guys want to like pray for me or something? I don't know. Let's see what happens. But it doesn't taste good. Y'all are going to have to pardon me a minute because I got to go get a backup. Because I don't know what's happening in there. I don't think it should be chunky. Excuse me, I'm not standing up because my pants are very loose. And I'm afraid they'll fall down. Wake up with your girlfriend. Because I'm bored. I'm back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back right now. Why, hello. Why, hello. Okay. So, Okay. Tonight's getting off to a great start. I have no light. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I have a broken embouchure because my lip hurts like a bitch. And I guess now I'm drinking this. Hopefully it's still okay because I've been working on it. Pacific Fruit Vineyards. Pineapple. Sweet grape wine with natural pineapple flavors. This is the bomb. It's at Aldi's. It's like $4. Hang up the burps. I hope I don't die from the chunks in the Aldi's wine. I'm looking at it suspiciously. So, the first thing that I'm going to do, because it's a lot of easy questions. It's a lot of, not easy questions, but it's a lot of, there's a lot of questions that seem like, you know, I shouldn't practice on them. So the one I'm going to practice on is a bit of a general question, but what does the second half of the year hold in store for me? It can be vague as fuck since I have no concrete plans. Well, isn't that the perfect question, huh? Isn't that the perfect question? All right. What's supposed to be there? The chunks? I don't know. Not taking a chance, friends. They have fruit in them, but there wasn't fruit in the raspberry one. Didn't have chunks. Why are there white chunks though in a strawberry fruit thing? It's like floaty white chunks. I don't know. I don't trust it. Okay. So this is for the person who wants to know about the second half of the year, and it can be vague as fuck. So what's going on for the person in the second half of the year? Let's do 3 cards. We'll do major theme, major obstacle, and major theme, major obstacle. One thing you're going to need to keep in mind to get through the second half of the year. All right. All right. Whoa, you got some bad luck coming up, all right, in the second half of the year. Now, shark exploded in you for sure. What? See, this is what I'm having an issue with, is I can't see the, there I can, in your wine. Okay, because all I was getting is a shark exploded in you for sure. Huh. All right, so you're going to have bad luck. I'm sorry, it's coming up. But we said what the theme is. The theme coming up is the High Priestess. You are probably going to, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go out on a limb here. This has something to do with religion, with spirituality, with arcane knowledge, type things like that. I would say that this has something to do with possibly if you are in a coven or a church or a situation like that, it might have something to do with that. Either way, there is something spiritually that's going to be going on with you. And I would guess that from this Wheel of Fortune reversed, it means there's going to be some kind of a test. To get through it, you are going to want to think before you act. You might think to yourself, aha, I have the perfect response to this situation. I know exactly how to deal with the second half of 2019. I am going to do this. And I have absolutely no thought in my mind that I should, not do this. It's absolutely, no, stop and think about it a second. Stop and think about it. That's a stop and think about it card. So that's what you're looking at. So sorry about your bad luck. It's going to happen. But it's apparently going to have something to do with some spiritual connection or something like that. And like maybe you'll have a test of faith. Maybe you're going into a dark night of the soul type thing. That's not great. Do some shadow work. Get that shit under control. All right. I always say that I'm going to delete these when I'm done. Like, I'm always going to like clear these questions off. And I'm like, I'll just remember which ones I did, and then I'll do it at the very end, right? And then what ends up happening is that I forget to because I'm super drunk. So that's what happens. I did put the question submission box up today, and I did get some, because I cleared it out, and I put a tweet out, and I put a thing on. I want to say I put it on I'm pretty sure I put it on the Facebook page, but Facebook hides links sometimes because they want you to pay them to boost your links, and they want you to pay them to let people see your links, and they can eat my whole entire asshole. I'm not giving them shit. I am not giving Facebook shit. End of story, Facebook. Anyway. All right. Womp womp. How do I get rid of my canker sores? Quit chewing on them. No, get my Lanta and dab it on your canker sores. And that'll make them feel better so that you keep your tongue off of them and you stop irritating them. Because if you've got a canker sore, you are irritating it with your tongue. I don't care who you are. You can't stop. You can't help it. You can't keep your tongue away from it. Anyway. What is Lainey Serum doing nowadays? Failing, I assume. Failing at life. Let's see. All right. I'm planning a wedding for 2020. Am I going to pull this off smoothly? Any hurdles I should watch for? Good idea. Let's ask about this. So, this person's going to get married in 2020. They want to know if there are any hurdles coming up and what hurdles they should watch for. All right. All right. I'm going to go ahead and woo, boy, howdy. All right. We're going to do 3 cards. We're going to do we're just going to do 3 cards and see what it says. Because I got some feelings. All right. Okay, so here's the deal. The first card that came up is the Sad Dracula card. This is the 5 of Cups. This is, I think, a pretty clear thing that you need to not, if things go awry or things don't quite go exactly as you've planned, you need to not focus on the things that aren't going as planned. You need to focus on the stuff that you can control, not the stuff, this is the stuff you can control, not the stuff you can't control. Don't be sad, Dracula. You also are going to have to be patient. And there are going to obviously be problems. Everybody runs into these problems when they're working on their wedding. There are going to be problems that you run into that it's like you just have to wait and see how they play out. That's what this card is. Just wait and see how shit plays out. There's going to be situations like that. Just remember to be patient about it. Now, the next one that comes up is the 2 of Pentacles. This is definitely a warning about juggling the financial impact of your wedding against your bank account. I know that this is very super fucking general. So we are actually going to go to the crystal ball because when I got that question, I was like, hey, I got thoughts. I got thoughts and feelings. So I'm going to knock down my working altar as hard as I can. And then I'm going to get my ball. So, because like right away when I read your question, all right, move this stuff. That answer was a very general wedding answer. Okay. That was totally fucking like, oh, everybody, this is exactly what everybody needs to keep in mind. But that's not what I got when I asked the question and I was concentrating on it. So the question, so what I got when I was actually first concentrating on it, was a kind of a warning. It is from an older female relative who has passed on. And the warning is that there is someone in your family. This is a female. This is a female. I want to say family or friends. This is a female that is around your age who is, I don't know how to couch this correctly. I don't want to say, I don't want to be stigmatizing here, but there's someone close to you, your family, a friend, close to your age who is not well to the point that there is some malicious intent. This is not, this is just a case of someone who always has to make the situation completely about themselves. And, wow. Okay, so this isn't like, haha, they're planning to bring you down, but they may be doing small things behind the scenes to either try to sabotage elements of your wedding or to try to sabotage your relationship. And not necessarily because there is a feeling of wanting your spouse or anything like that, but more just wanting the attention to not be on you. So I don't know who this person is. I don't know who the person giving the message is. Like I said, this is an older woman who has passed on and who is basically saying, watch out for this person who may be doing things maliciously just because the focus is not on her at this moment. And so watch out, because including her in plans may complicate, may cause a lot of extra stress that you don't need. You might want to keep contact to a minimum or involvement in the ceremony itself or the planning of the ceremony to a minimum. So that's what I got. Anyway. All right. I'm like reading this. Okay. Oh, the Moby thing? Huh. Wild. I guess I missed something. Huge creep. His wife kicked him off. He's gone from super left-wing to vaguely progressive. I guess I missed. Oh, Moby let the guy live with him. Oh, I see. That's where Moby came in. Yeah, Moby's fucking creepy. I really hate that he called when he's like, oh yeah, there's this gossip piece. Like Moby said that like Natalie Portman had said something in a gossip piece. I'm like, it's not a gossip. It's not gossip. If she's coming out and she's saying, yeah, like specifically directly from her mouth, that's not gossip. That's her sharing like what happened to her. It's not gossip. Well, I have like a thing, a little crystal ball hangover. Hang on. Don't look at my dirty bong. It's so dirty. And the guy to get that. Yes, third eye. It's like, yeah. It's like sometimes it's like getting poked in the third eye. I did a really great crystal ball reading for someone recently. I won't tell details because it was a private thing, but it was about a family mystery, and we actually managed to like figure it out. And I was so happy that I got to help somebody with that. I was like, oh yeah, I can actually put like my mediumship to actual fucking work, you know? The downside of this is that The downside to smoking this bong on camera is that the next time the Second Amendment people get fucking pissed off at me, they're going to Photoshop a big giant dick in there, and it's going to look like I can't suck dick. You know, it's going to look like I can only get like that much in my mouth. So I feel like if you're going to Photoshop a dick in my mouth, please make it look like I'm doing a good job, is what I'm going to say. I'm going to keep smoking. I would prefer the dicks to the swastikas. Oh, man. Iconic. All right. So here's one that's really pissing me off. All right. It's not the person. It's not you, person, who submitted it. It's the situation. Listen to this bullshit, okay? Listen to this bullshit. I'm going to go out on a fucking limb and say the person that submitted this is from America. All right? Listen to this. Like I said, I'm not mad at you, questioner. You guys, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say I'm mad, okay? When I read it. My work grandpa is being forced to retire, and I'm worried about what will happen to him without a job. He's 84. What do you see? That is a question. Asking me what's going to happen to an 84-year-old who's being forced to retire. People are working at that age. I mean, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. We're going to do a 10-card spread for Work Grandpa. Work Grandpa and what you can do in this situation. Because that's fucking heartbreaking. So... I'm trying to separate my emotions from it. It's hard. Jesus Christ. God. I don't know. That is the biggest fucking moth I've ever seen in my life. It's making a tapping noise on the glass. It's fucking wild. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you a bat story. I'm going to do this, and then when I'm done with this reading, remind me to tell you a bat story. All right. So, first thing that comes up is the Eight of Cups reversed. I always talk about how this one is like walking away. Like oh, hey, it's not perfect, so I'm leaving. This is completely different. This is literally, this guy is walking away from... it's not like he's, okay, there's a river, see the river right there, and it's separating this dude from there. All right, so we're reversed here. So all of this fucking stability and emotional, like this is cups are about emotion. All of this fucking emotional stuff here and the stability and basically knowing what's ahead, there's a piece of it missing, and he's walking away from it. So we're talking like this guy is in fucking upheaval. You're worried about what's going to happen to him. He's worried about what's going to happen to him. He's real fucking worried about what's going to happen to him. And it's crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. He is not... He knows he's going to have to go out and try to find work. Okay. But he also knows that this is a journey that is not going to be easy because he's 84 and the chances of actually, so he's kind of like at the 9 of Cups, he's just kind of like, all my happy years are behind me. This is the best that can happen to him in this position. Everything, good is behind me in a bad way, not in a happy way. Like, look at all this stuff behind me that's good. This, okay, see, that's fucking rough. That shit is rough. So we're not looking at a great situation, which we knew from the question being about an 84-year-old being forced to retire. In the past, there was some financial trouble. There were some investments that went not great. Obviously, Jen, I mean, like, this is one of those readings where it's like so obvious. It's like we probably could have just kind of came up with that answer on our own. But there have been some issues there, and he does have some bad habits, and he's working to break some of those habits. There might be some substance abuse going on. He might be having, the first thing that comes to mind is alcohol, is that there's like an alcoholism problem. Oh, talk about fucking alcohol problems, right? My first instinct is alcohol problem that it has caused, some of this past financial trouble, but was also exacerbated by it. And then coming up, there's an immensely huge change in his world coming up. So basically, you're right to be worried about this. This is not a great situation. All of the cards in this spread have come up reversed. Now, I'm not one of those people who says, hey, the cards are reversed. That's bad. Okay, I'm not one of those people, because that's not what it always means, right? It doesn't always mean bad. Sometimes it means just inside. Every single card in this 10-card spread is reversed. All right? This is deep shit. I wish I had better news. I have legitimately never once in my entire fucking reading life, I can't remember another time where every single card in a 10-card spread came up reversed. So anyway, you're going to be like, yeah, it did, like the week before you left, Jen. It happened last time. Like the last time we were here, it happened. So if that's the case, I don't know, but I am shocked at this point by this. So let's just keep going. The star reversed. This is another one that he's run out of options. He knows there's trouble. Obviously, he knows there's trouble. But he is at the point where he has spent so much time living from one financial crisis to another that he's out of ideas now. Like, he's hit the wall. Like, okay, this is the one that breaks me. This is the one that I don't know. And which is why the influences around him are a lack of, like, being able to fucking cope. Like, there's no other options here. There's a real issue here. As a result, we've got the Queen of Cups reversed. The Queen of Cups is emotional, is usually being in control of, mastering your emotions, being able to, in a healthy way. Obviously, reversed is not great for that reason. We're talking about someone who the fear now. He realizes he has some kind of problem, but the fear now is that he's completely alone is the feeling. And there might be people there that he can ask for help. Going back to the 7 of Cups, there might be people that he can ask for help, but he may feel like it displays weakness to do so. Or they might ask him to get help for whatever this is signifying. The King of Wands reversed being the ultimate outcome at this point that we're looking at. I always say that this is intuition into action, or, that's how I always read this suit. So basically, absolute inaction, absolute denial of the situation, and just kind of, I don't know, like this guy. Like, I feel really bad about this reading. I am so sorry, because this is a guy who needs help, who wants help, but who will not take help. So depending on the relationship you have with this person, you might want to reach out and just be like, look, this is really, really personal, but if you need help, you know, I can't do much, but I can do something. I can help you bounce. You can bounce ideas off of me. You can just vent to me. You can whatever, because this is a person who feels incredibly alone. And this is a hell of a thing. And this is someone who maybe, it looks like, really did all the right things and got caught up in a bad cycle. So if you can, reach out, talk to other people that care, because that's rough. That's really rough. I am so sorry. I mean, like, I can't apologize for that being the case, because I am, you know, I didn't, you know, I don't control the universe. Oh, wouldn't it be great if I did? But I don't. And, but I feel sorry that, like, I feel sorry that, I don't know, if I said anything that made it harder to hear, I guess is my thing. Because I'm a little blunt. I don't know. That was rough, guys. Let's clear this deck. Let's clear this deck now. Sounds good. Yes. Sounds good. Oh, good night. Good night, Lynette. So I will tell you the bat story, because I just need a lift. I'm in Wizard of Oz right now, at Center Stage Theater. We're in rehearsals. I was talking to the music director, Douglas, who is my birthday twin. Okay. And, oh yeah, I'll tell you about War Paint in a minute. But this is the bat story from Wizard of Oz on the next show here. So I'm talking to Douglas, our music director, and my birthday twin, and Amber, our producer. And all of a sudden, Amber, like, looks like this. Like, my back, and me and Doug were standing like a back to the wall thing, and Amber was talking to us, and all of a sudden her eyes flit up, and she runs away so fast, it looks like a fucking cartoon. Like, I swear to God, there was like that cartoon puffs of dust behind her. It was fucking crazy, right? So, I'm like, what is going on? And we can't figure out what she was doing. Meanwhile, over here, we've got a bunch of fucking Ozians learning a dance, learning the Merry Old Land of Oz dance, which, by the way, I sing Merry Old Land of Oz because I am the guard at the door. Ha ha. I get to pick up Toto. I get to pick up a Cairn Terrier who looks fake. He's so fucking cute. He looks fake. Okay. Anyway, so the bat. Everybody's like, oh my God, there's just this bat. It's just like a little 4-inch brown bat sleeping, right? Just hanging out, just sleeping on the thing. But we don't know everybody's going to freak out if they notice the bat. So I'm like, okay, let's get everybody out of here, okay? And I'll get the bat, because I'm not afraid of bats. For one thing, I'm not afraid of bats. And for two thing, I've already had, like, the initial, like, the rabies immunizations you get after you've been bit. So I feel like if I got bit, I probably wouldn't get rabies, because I already had all those fucking shots. By the way, the day that I was on the Steve Harvey show back in 2014, the very fucking day that I was on that was I had rabies shots that morning. That's a true fact. That is absolutely what happened. Anyway, so so anyway, like, everybody was like Doug goes, haven't you had rabies shots before? And I was like, yeah, I'll get it. And so I said, Amber, give me your hat. And she had a ball hat on, and she went to hand it to me. And then she's like, no, you can't touch your bat with my hat. So I took it, and I took something else. Somebody got me like a Tupperware container, and like a thing. And I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to use Tupperware to catch a fucking bat, right? I just need something that I can put over my hand and I can grab it, you know? And so then somebody goes, I got a sweatshirt. So I took the sweatshirt and I put the sweatshirt over my hand like a glove, and I reach up and I grab the bat. But then the bat like fucking wakes up, obviously, because I'm grabbing it, and it's like, no, and it's like trying to back up, and it's the curtains over this window, because it's like a church basement. It's like the curtains over a church basement window. I don't know what they're made out of, but it's something very strange, like sort of like a cross between Velcro and silk. I don't know. The thing could get a lot of purchase. I mean, it could just really scrabble for purchase. And so I took the thing, but I've got it in my hand. I'm like, if I let go, you're going to fly away. And now we're going to have an airborne bat. This was a very simple operation up until this point, right? So I'm like, this is terrible. This is the worst. And I got to get him off of here. But there's all of these fucking like kids and shit that are just beyond this door. And I'm like swearing, and I'm like, I can't swear because it's like a family theater, and like I signed this thing that said like, you know, I'll behave and do good conduct and not swear. And I get the bat and I ran it outside. I did get it, and I ran it outside in this thing, just kind of held on to it. It was kind of cute. Like I stopped and I looked at it and I was like, oh, you're so mad, you're fucking furious. And then I tried to hang it on a tree, but it like didn't. I don't know how it didn't like hey, hang on to this, dummy, because he kept falling. So finally I got him to hang on to it, and then he just like sort of hung on to the thing and just sat there with his mouth open and his eyes like terrified, and he was adorable. So that was the end of that story, except for I went back in, and then Doug said something about how he said we got the bat out of here. He was like, oh yeah, we got the bat out. And I was like, what's this we? Like, who's we? I didn't remember inviting other people to this party, right? He's like, well, I filmed it. So then they put on the Facebook page a video of me on like the Wizard of Oz group, the whole cast group. They put video of me swearing and marching purposefully with the bat. Anyway, somebody asked how my show was that I took time off for. It was phenomenal. War Paint was fantastic. It had a great run. It got great reviews from everybody. I got super sick, and for the first time in my entire life, I got sent home from a production. I've never had a musical director send me home from a production before, and I was so fucking glad she did, because I was miserable. I was so miserable. But, yeah, so that was something else. It was a great show. It was really good. The woman that played Elizabeth Arden was very sweet. She bought all the pit singers, because I was a pit singer. She bought all the pit singers a bottle of Arden perfume. So I thought that was a very cool thing to do. I mean, Elizabeth Arden was still portrayed as an anti-Semite in this, but you know, the perfume, you know, it was a nice gesture for the actress to give us the perfume. I'm not saying that I like Elizabeth Arden, because I did not come away from that show liking Elizabeth Arden at all. But the actress that played her was very sweet. We had a good time. I made some friends that I didn't have before. Yeah, it was. I had the flu. And it was bad. And I showed up, and the musical director was like, go home. You stand in a very small space with all these other people. And I was like, shit, you're right. I shouldn't have tried to power through. But it's like, how do you call off of a show? You don't like, that's like a whole thing. That's like a whole the show must go on thing, right? So that's a thing. Yeah, first Sopranos, we had a chat called the WWE First Soprano Smackdown, and we all kind of like we were a little bit cliquey. We formed our little. We're first Sopranos. Come the fuck on. Come on, we're first Sopranos. Obviously, we were cliquey. It's what you do. But I love them forever. I think I got the flu because I was at the Matilda auditions, and there were 90 children that showed up to audition for Matilda. And I think just being in that building was like, that's how I got sick. So what's the question we're asking? We got that out. We got that out. All right. I just talked about that for like a half hour. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, guys. I'm on practice. I'm out of practice drinking too, because I haven't been drinking because I was sick and I was doing the show, and it's not fun to drink and then go and try to sing. I'm reading the new ones that came in. So here's the story. Somebody asked me a question on here. And I know that you asked, like, okay, well, let's do a reading or whatever to see. I don't need to do a reading on this one. Is it odd that I'm almost of new adult genre target age, non-ace, and have never been comfortable exploring myself sexually, e.g. putting fingers down there? No. It's not weird, and there's nothing wrong with you. If you just don't feel like doing it, you don't have to do it. And if you don't like the fact, like if you're like, oh, this is something I want to overcome, and I want to be able to not feel this way anymore, I think step one would be not beating yourself up for not wanting to do it. Like not thinking, oh, hey, am I, am I normal, and worrying about that. That's probably not going to help you get more comfortable either. So like step one is going to definitely be like seriously, like, don't worry. You are yourself. You're not everybody else. You're not, I know it seems like there is a normal age at which everyone magically becomes comfortable with their sexuality. And that is not the case. It is a longer journey for some people. So you're normal. And I think everybody in the chat here would probably tell you exactly the same thing, that you are fine and don't feel like you have to do something and be uncomfortable. So that's my thing. I know you didn't tune in for advice. You tuned in for tarot, but that's just from me to you. Okay. So yeah. All right. Sorry. That's my mom. Not my mom, but I mean, that's the mom part of me. Sorry about that. I know you didn't come here for momming. You came here for mystical forces, but there are just some things that I am first and something, and I'm a drunken fortune teller second. All right. I can't shake the feeling that something bad is about to happen. Can you give me an idea of what to expect in the next few weeks? I want to be ready for it. Let's talk about your feelings of being something bad happening. Let's talk to the cards about it. So, mom to the ultimate mystical source. I'll tell you what, I don't like to be one of those moms that's like, I'm a mom. That makes me like so much better than everyone else. Having kids is like my identity and all of that stuff. But I do feel like, I don't know. I really feel like momly sometimes. It's a thing. I'm like, oh, I feel like a mom. I feel like a mom. I'll adopt you. That's like Chris Evans, man. I see him being all polite and cherishing women and shit, and I'm like, well, damn, I don't know if I want to fuck him or be his mom. I struggle with that. I'm like, what? Like, he's such a nice young man. He's probably exactly my same age. Anyway. All right, let's talk about your bad feeling and what's going to happen. Let's take a look. What's a bad thing coming up? How can you deal with it? What's the outcome going to be? We'll do 3 cards because I'm getting drunk. I know I haven't been drinking a lot, but I haven't been drinking a lot anyway, so. Okay, here we go. So, significant thing coming up. Here we go. We'll say what's the most significant thing that's going to happen. That'll work. The most significant thing that's going to happen in the next few weeks to you. And how to deal with it and what the outcome will be. That's much better. There we go. That's a lot clearer. Okay. So. I would think right off the way, it looks something, I would say car trouble. This is kind of weird. I don't ever want to tell somebody something dire or grim. I don't want to be that person that's like, whoa, danger. It looks though to me, because what I've got here is I've got the Chariot, I've got the Queen of Swords, and I've got the Ten of Cups reversed. And to me, looking at this, it makes me think that you need to be hypervigilant because you may have some kind of car accident. And it would cause, it would not be great. It would cause family trouble. So what I'm getting here is just be very cautious traveling by car. Make sure your loved ones are very cautious traveling by car. I get a very strong, I don't know, this could just be me because we were talking about mothers. I get a thought of a mother with the Queen of Swords. So if your mother drives, that could be that could be like, hey, keep an eye on her because there could be an accident coming up. So that's my thing. Otherwise, this might just have nothing to do with mothers. It might just be because it's on my mind because we were just talking about them. But either way, it does look like you need to be vigilant because you got some car shit coming up, and if it happens, it's going to cause some sorrow and strife for the family. So just be careful. Be careful on the roads, you and your loved ones. Be careful. I am sorry that I have such bad answers for everybody tonight. Do you know what I mean? What's the thing, Tammy? Oh, what's up, Tammy? That's your question? Ah! Well, I hope you don't get in an accident, Tammy. Damn. Womp 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 ba da 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 da. Clear. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, I don't try to drive to Lansing tomorrow. Yeah, don't try to drive to Lansing. That was a fucking pretty clear, hey, don't drive to Lansing. You know, rent a car or some shit. That's not great. When will you finish Blade Trask at the novel? Well, I don't know. I'm so busy writing all my Ed Sheeran jack-off fantasies. I don't know what it is about hobbits. I really don't. Man. That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry, Tammy. I'm the bearer of so much bad news tonight. I'm the bearer of so much bad news. Oh no. I feel terrible. Oh. Nobody will come back. Will you spork the Handbook for Mortals 2 book of the series if it comes out? Probably, I would say probably not. I mean, like, I say probably not, but I might. Because I'm fickle, and I always say that I'm not going to do something, and then I do it. So chances are good that I would, but I really wouldn't want to, because it was so boring. All right. That book was so boring to get through. I think of all the books that we've ever sporked on the site, Apollonia was the most boring, but Handbook for Mortals was very close to Apollonia. Oh, that sucks, Tammy. I'm sorry. That blows. I mean, you could always just say, you could always say this and take the, just be careful. You know what I mean? Like, maybe just be on the lookout. Just be careful. Because, that's also me not wanting to be responsible for telling somebody not to do something they really wanted to do because I'm fucking irresponsible like that. Oh, Jenny, why are you like this? Always something. It's always something. Okay. Let me see what another one is here. We're going to do one. We're going to do one just to be fun and bitchy, okay? Just to have some, you know what I mean? You get what I mean? Tonight I gotta cut loose. That's warm. Oh no. Damn. You kidding? Oh, that you guys can see it? I hope this isn't like this time where it goes completely down. Okay, hopefully it just keeps. All right. Oh, thank God. You know why? Because I was just thinking, I cannot believe this. But as I was doing this, I was just thinking to myself, oh my God, what if, I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking crazy. This is the first time we haven't had problems with the stream. And then I look up and it's like, stream go up for anybody else? Jem, your negative energy. Okay, we're going to do a fun one now, okay? We are going to do a fun reading now. We're going to check in on E.L. James, okay? We are going to, because there's like 4 E.L. James questions in there. So, do the AC one. I don't have my pendulum right here. But I'll message you the pendulum. Because that was a yes or no, right? Will we have AC or not? Now, if that was just a simple yes or no, I'll do a pendulum. And I'll let you know. Oh my God, Felina Hopkins also released a terrible movie. God! Oh! She wrote a movie called One Last Kiss. She wrote it and directed it, and she's starring in it. And there's like this fucking trailer. It's on YouTube. And she fucking, people are asking her character. They're like telling her, like, are you crazy? Or no, she's like asking people, like, do you think think I'm crazy? Or I'm like, why would you put that in your movie? Oh my god, it's on YouTube right now. Okay, it's on YouTube right now. Yes, but like fucking for real, and for goddamn true. It's like her husband is a ghost. Basically, it's that movie where Alan Rickman is a ghost. This is what I'm saying. Basically, it's the movie where Alan Rickman is a ghost and he's visiting his wife. And she eventually, like, I can't remember the name of that movie, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The one from the 80s. So, I think it's Emma Thompson. I haven't seen it in a really long time, but yeah, where he's a ghost and his wife is I don't think it was Emma Thompson. I think it was somebody else. I don't know. Maybe it was Emma Thompson. I don't remember. But Truly Madly Deeply. That's it. It's basically that. It's like this woman's husband dies and she goes to live at this cabin and she's like can see him. I mean, it's basically that movie where it's like a woman like trying to move on and all that stuff. So it's fucking, yeah. I don't know. I was thinking it was Natasha Richardson. Somebody IMDb this. I Dave Matthews Band this. IMDb. I always look at that and I always switch them up in my mind and I always call it I Am Dave Matthews Band. You know, because that was a great band. Anyway, that's the story. And I'm sticking to it. But it looks like it's just that exact same premise, like that people are going, you have to move on and all this stuff that like she can see him and hear him and be with him and stuff. Like she's just not a good actress. Like I know I'm an amateur. It's like, you know, where people who are amateur actors, they like know that they're amateurs, but like she doesn't know that she's an amateur. She's just, you know. Anyway, the point is, the name of the movie was One Last Kiss, and I'm cracking on Selena Hopkins in a video because yikes. Fucking wow. That's wild. It's wild, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just one more kiss. Maybe that's it. It's like, yeah, Felina Hopkins. Yes, that's the one. Watch it and fucking come back and tell everybody what you thought about it because it is bad. Okay. So we're going to do a checking in on E.L. James one because so many of you asked about E.L. James. Let's check in on E.L. James and the Mister. And we'll do a 10 card just to get the happiness back in our lives. You're obsessed with hating on E.L. James. Yeah, well, I'm obsessed with hating on Taylor Swift, too. It's what you do with celebrities. I don't hate on Taylor Swift. She just annoys me. Actually, her fans annoy me, and it makes her annoying to me. I should be very grateful to her because she introduced my little ginger boyfriend to the world. She was instrumental in his success. I'm sorry she just was. But her eyes are very small, and it makes me think that she's like a cartoon character. Like, she looks like Kim Basinger in Cool World, and I don't know why that bothers me. Okay, so here we go. E.L. James and the Mister. Yeah, no shit. No shit. No shit. No shit. No shit. So, yeah, it was Juliet Stevenson. You're correct. Thank you for checking it up and looking up it. She saves an actor who's about to quit and cast it in this. Is it the guy that was like also a terrible actor and that's why he was going to quit? Because there's another terrible actor in that trailer too. The guy that gets like really mad in the kitchen. It's like, wow. So convincing. It's warm. Isn't it terrible? Isn't it the worst? And it is so yes, I know, man. And it is so self-indulgent. So self-indulgent, I say, on my YouTube show where I read fortunes and get drunk and talk about stories like about bats that you know, just wasted all your time. Okay, so we got the Ace of Wands here. And it is reversed. So basically, this is someone who is regretting their action and who is running into unforeseen obstacles in their grand plan. Crossed by this. And I'm going to interpret this as the there was a motorcycle and it distracted me. What's up, man? Anyway, it's crossed by the page of the Pentacles. And he, looking for new ways to monetize. Looking for new things to monetize. That's what that is. So that's the thing. At this point, some of your ideas might work, ma'am. Some of them might work out. You know, you might be able to redeem, to get a second chance at some of this stuff. There might be a surge or a boost. In the past, you were like a fucking bitch to everybody. And you weren't able to reproduce the illusion. You weren't able to recreate the magic that you did. And as a result, now you're going to need to take some actions that maybe you wouldn't have had to if you had not burned bridges. Because you burned bridges. We all knew that. Cards are just illustrating them. Oh no. So this is definitely the regret, the feeling that I should have never left the cash cow. I should have never departed and done something new. This is the feeling like her fan base has deserted her, like they've betrayed her, like they have stabbed her in the back, and needing to get over that, hurdle. Fear. The fear here is quite literally a fear that everything will continue on a downward slide, a slow realization that, in fact, she is not going to be able to replicate the success of her first book. And as a result, she is going to need to come up with a new plan, some new ideas, some new writing. She's going to have to improve. She's going to have to actually set out and do the work. So, you were rewatching Point Break? I wish I had like gum in my mouth so that I could like do that thing that he does, like, you know who I'm talking about. I got my cards wet. How'd that happen? Guys, I am fucked up. I am high. I haven't even been drinking that much, but I haven't been drinking for like a while. Like, I did smoke a lot of weed. Like way more than I should. No, I should always smoke tons. That's how it goes. That's the way love goes. That's right. That's right. Shez Amanda Guacamole. I am going to do my video for Patreon, for my Patreon people, Patreon, whatever, we go through this every time. We argue about this every time. Patreon. Oh, wow. Kashil's Dart. I should reread that book. That was a good fucking book. My bookshelves are over there. What's going on? Anyway. Blade Trasket. An intimate look at Blade Trasket. Who would you rather have served on a sugar cone? Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber? Oh. Let's break this down. Okay. The whole okay. I'm trying to think. This is important, you guys. Here's the thing. I love Ed Sheeran because he writes sexy songs and he's a homely little hobbity guy. He is a homely little dude. And I don't know. That does something to me. But Justin Bieber is basically got the perfect male body. So, hey, don't disagree with me. I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah. Anyway. The other news on that is that, so I guess Justin Bieber, if you're talking about something in sexual terms, on a purely animal level, Justin Bieber. But for heart and mind and general niceness, and someone who looks like they're not going to be a total jackass, it would be the other one. But you were asking about making them ice cream. I don't know. I feel like a pervert. Oh my God, Justin Bieber is like over 20, right? Let me know. I can take it. It has a 9-point rating on Internet Movie Database. No, that's because she's got her little Facebook groupies. Go rate my movie. Watch it win a fucking Oscar and I have to eat my words. Okay. Thank you for having my back on that one. Okay. Here's a good one. I keep getting signs to let go and get into action everywhere, but no clear signal as to what I need to start doing. I don't think I have an innate talent or profound knowledge or anything. How do I find my... Okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's what's happening. If this dog keeps barking, it's okay. It's just because he's 17 years old and he's sundowning pretty hard. He did let us cut his nails, though. He's still tapping, but that's because his feet are painfully thin because he's very, very old. And now he's going to go stand at the bottom of the stairs and bark because he's trying to tell me to get off the computer and go to bed. Like, he's going to bark. Anyway, let's figure out this person is getting signals to... signs to let go and get into action. A beagle is a type of dog, buddy. A beagle, bunny, your natural enemy. Anemone. This has been an eventful drunk tarot. I had like the wedding person's relative. I had the fucking wild ass readings. This is wild, man. This is crazy. Yikes, man. Okay, so, all right, let go and get into action person. We are going to do 3 cards for you because that's, I can tell already. We're going to get what area these signals are talking about. Nope, this feels really freeform. We're going to throw down 3 cards. And we're just gonna freestyle it. That's what it feels like. Okay. We're just gonna freestyle this. Okay. So here's the story. The thing that you need to start doing is saving up money, because you have the thing that you're supposed to be getting doing is something to do with career or money, saving up money. The reason why is because you have had some changes in your life, or you are going to have some changes in your life that are going to be dramatic. So far, you have been kind of sneaking and thinking that shit isn't going to catch up to you. Maybe you know that you've been needing to make some changes in your financial life or whatever, but you've been kind of like putting them off because you're like, I'm doing okay now. And no, what you need to be doing is paying attention to those things and getting your shit under control. That's what those signs are telling you. Now, if this is something like you've been looking for a new job, that could be, this could be saying like, hey, absolutely fucking do it, because so far you're like just sneaking by. But yeah, all of these signs that you're getting are pointing to some major change that that you need to prepare for. And the focal area is on money and career. So there you go. Ha! Oh, my dog made your puppies bark. Is that what happened? He's like walking around down here panting. He can barely breathe. He can't make it up the stairs at night. We have to like stand around and like really encourage him. He's like super duper old. And I know I'm supposed to put him down. I know I'm supposed to, but I can't, because his dog and I have a very strong emotional connection, and selfishly, I will keep him alive until like the very last, because I'm a terrible person, but he is like, literally, I love him so much that just the thought of it is absolutely unthinkable. He is my dog. He is my fucking dog. Like, when I would have seizures, he's not like a trained dog to do this, but he would like alert me when I was going to have seizures. This fucking dog has been through the shit, and he and I are like, BFFs. He's always with me all the time. He is never more than a few feet from me every minute of every day. And so I just can't think about putting him down. And that's dog. He's my dog. You're my dog. Sammy, you're my dog. You bite me sometimes, but it's not your fault. You're old as shit. You bite me when I'm just trying to clip your nails, dog. Anyway, Mr. Jen has been trying to get me to like kind of consider putting him to sleep in. Like I said, I'm a selfish person. All right. Man, I'm a fucking I don't know. I'm like maudlin tonight. Okay, we'll do one more. All right. And it's not a card question. Okay. The question is, what plot changes could save the mister? So here we go. I'll just do this as a writer and not a tarot reader. The plot changes that could have saved the mister are, all right, if I had written the mister, Maxim would have still been the bastard playboy guy. All right. He absolutely would still have had sex with his sister-in-law. I think that is a fucking incredible dynamic. I think that it is being wasted so far. I mean, it is being wasted. So yeah, Moss. So what I would have with Moss is that, yeah, that's what we do too. About clipping the claws, Tia. Anyway, so he would have still been the bastard playboy dude who, wasted his life because he had family money and all that shit. He absolutely still would have slept with his sister-in-law. I would have made his brother's death unambiguously a suicide. Because she's trying to be ambiguous about it and trying to be like, oh, maybe, because, maybe it was, whatever. I wouldn't have used that as a plot. Honestly, I think it could possibly be a gotcha later. I don't know if it is a gotcha, if it even comes up again, but there's a point where Moss thinks to himself, maybe, you know, she's like, you know, oh, hey, like maybe he did it on purpose. Like he knew it was dangerous and shit like that. I would have just made it unambiguously that he had committed suicide and had abandoned his family or whatever. Then it'll be the thought like, oh, he's abandoned me or whatever. I would have, you can do it, man. Look at you. You're already on the first step. Good job. Sorry, I have to coach this dog. You can do it. Look at you. You could be on the second step in no time. You're doing it. Anyway, this will take a minute, but he. So the other thing I would have done is if I was going to introduce characters, we got way too much backstory on his mom and their upbringing and that thing, and we got too much backstory on his sister. These characters don't seem like they're going to spend a lot of time on the page, so I probably would have dropped some of that. I would have made him like an orphan, basically, and I would have made his brother's death more of a thing with like, okay, now that would make it even more like, okay, now he's taking his brother's thing and he's taking it away from Caroline because she didn't have an heir. Okay, I would have set that shit up. Okay. No, it's cool. It means I'm closer to being able to use my fucking phone for this. So I would have done that. That would have been one of my first steps. Alessia, what I do with Alessia is, I would have kept the trafficking thing, but I wouldn't have had her be the granddaughter of an English person. And are you helping him get up the stairs? Are you helping Sammy get up the stairs? Thank you, man. My son will do the rest of it. I would have taken, instead of having her have an English grandmother, because I felt like that was a cop-out where they could say, well, and the reason I say that is because there's definitely, because that's why Neil Elwood lived in America for so long, because that was my cop-out. If I messed up, like, oh, like at one point he says vacation instead of holiday. And I'm like, well, he's been living in America. So I think what I would have done is be like, okay, she is, I would have made her marry the guy in the first place and then have him be involved in the trafficking ring. Like have him be like, okay, now we're married or whatever. And then maybe there would be like some sort of insurance thing, you know, like, I don't know how insurance works in other countries, but like if there's a life insurance thing or he stood something to gain from her disappearance and putting her, you know, whatever. And then she runs and then she ends up at the home of this other person. And I would have like Magda, there doesn't make any sense why Magda would be from Poland. And that would be the, you know, like, I don't understand the Poland thing. I'm not saying that, oh, it's unrealistic for Polish people to exist. I know Polish people exist. The thing that I feel would make more sense is if she ran to someone who doesn't realize how close they are to the trafficking thing. Okay. And make it, and that's how she gets found. That's how these guys find her, is they hear through the grapevine that there's other Albanian immigrant in the community who's struggling to get by or whatever. You know, they maybe know this person who knows a person who knows a person, and word gets back to them that way, that kind of thing. So it would just make sense, because I just feel like if you are human traffickers and you have a load of 8 girls or something, and you lose one, you've still got those 7 other ones. Like, I can't understand the tracking this particular girl down. She's gone. Is it their problem anymore? You know, can she identify them? Why are they after her? So if it's a case of just, I can get this person back. So I would have done that. That is how I would have done their backstories. And everybody's like, okay, Jen, that's great. That's enough. That's enough. We don't need to know anymore. But you're going to hear more, because here's why. Because I haven't gotten to the plot part yet. Now, the plot part, The idea of her being his housekeeper, A-okay. I'm A-okay with that, right? So she's his housekeeper, and he's got this thing going on. And then the guys show up, okay? One thing that I'm not going to get deeply into, well, no, I will in a second. You know me. I can do this all day. This is my job. I'm a writer. So the whole thing can keep going. I like the idea of her being his housekeeper, him thinking she's just his housekeeper, and then finding out, oh, this is, I love her. I'm actually falling in love with her because we have these common interests. We have these things. I get that she's a pianist. I would have really liked to have seen her like fucking with his DJ equipment and like instead being like a DJ. But that's me. That's my thing. But that's not necessarily something that she did wrong with the story. It's just that would have been my thing, because I think if she was a DJ with synesthesia, that would be fucking amazing to have synesthesia and be a DJ. So what I would do then is, I've got this whole thing taken care of, right? I've got this. I would have made her a DJ. And then you find out, whatever, they have this shared thing. I would still have the guys come after her at work. Okay. And try to take her or whatever. And have her escape. But I would have her go back in. This is the point where I would have diverged hardcore. I would have had her go back in and be like, I had to make sure you were safe. I brought all this on you, blah, 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 blah. This is what's going on. Rather than have it be slowly whatever, I would have had her be proactive, because then him taking her to this hideout place, it isn't as much like he's kidnapping her if they're on the same page. Because what ended up happening was she ran from his house. She didn't involve him. He came and he involved himself. If she went directly to him and involved him, it would be a lot more palatable that when they go off to this place together, that they start to fall in love, because she has asked him for help and he's giving her help that she has asked for. Okay, this is what I think would have made a big difference in their dynamic. I don't know how it ends. I know they end up going back to Albania and her father wanting her to marry this thing, or he has to go to Albania to find her or whatever. I would have kept it, rather than a big dramatic kidnapping chase thing, I would have made Carolyn, the sister-in-law he was banging, be some kind of lawyer. Some kind of like immigration lawyer that he has to go to for help. This gives us a really intriguing plot dynamic in which this woman that clearly has feelings for him is more interested in another woman, but she's going to help him or whatever. That would provide a lot of clashing, and not a, oh no, the other woman kind of clashing, but a kind of clashing for Moss's internal shit. Okay. So that would have been a really interesting dynamic to play up. Also, if they wanted to play with the mother and how, her attitudes and the way that she would act and behave toward Alessia, that would have been interesting as well. Like I said, I don't know how it all turns out. I think I would have kept it all centralized. Even when he goes, whatever, to Wales, I wouldn't have had the guys show up and try to find her, and then there being some dramatic chase type thing. That's just me. I would have made it, I would have made it a little more realistic. I would have made it a little more, you're going to dance into the fan, jackass. That's my love story. My jackass husband dancing into the fan. Will somebody make me a hamburger? I am so drunk and I would really love a hamburger. I want a hamburger. Take your headphones off. This bitch thinks because Seth Rogen is on the cover of GQ making everybody thirsty, he thinks he's hot stuff now. Anyway, the point of the matter is that it's probably nitpicking, or it's probably, to say I would have completely diverged and written a completely different book and that's what would have made it better is kind of, oh, Fleetwood Mac, I told you, Yeah, are you listening to rumors? Is that rumors or is it? Oh, it is rumors. Okay, cool. So rock on. Good choice. The what do you call it? I'm saying what I'm saying is it would have been a completely better story if it was a different, completely different story. But I think that's the only way you can save it, because you can't really save a book in which the hero's actions are pretty much indiscernible from the actions of the villains. And I think that definitely we needed Alessia to be more modernized, less infantilized, and which, again, if she went to him directly and asked for help and wasn't like this broken sparrow, and actually asked for help because she felt like, hey, this person loves music like I do. This person, we've had these interactions and I feel like there's something there. He just kissed me. There's this whole thing. I feel this connection to him. I can ask him for help, is basically the thing. If she felt so connected to him that she could ask him for help, and he felt so connected to her that he wanted to provide that help, then that is the foundation for a healthier story that would have worked a lot better. So that's my thoughts on that. And that's why I don't get paid the big bucks, because if I wrote shit that was not like that, I would. What are you looking at? Okay, that's what I thought. Anyway, that's my thing. And thank you for tuning in tonight. It is 11:30, and I feel like that last part became like a literature lesson, and I don't mean for that to happen. So sorry about that. Next week I will be back. I'll be super drunk when I log on because I will be doing the extra hours for my $10 Patreons. But I will be back next week because I am not going to go to the volunteer celebration at the Civic, because I don't want to be I don't want to be there if Warpaint doesn't win for best production. I don't want to be there if we don't win. So I'm not going. I'm staying home and getting drunk on the internet. Meanwhile, I'll be on my phone and I'll be like, guys. Yeah. So next week I'll be back. Have a good one.